All right, let's talk about something we've all experienced. That moment your computer just stops, completely frozen. Well, today we're going to dive into one of the biggest reasons that happens, the totally frustrating but kind of fascinating world of computing deadlocks.
So let me ask you this. What do a massive traffic jam, where no one can move an inch, and a frozen computer have in common? It might sound like a riddle, but the answer is actually super straightforward, and really, it's the key to understanding this whole thing. They both lead to what we can call the ultimate digital standoff, a situation where everything just grinds to a complete halt, and nobody, and I mean nobody, can make a move. So here's the official definition. A deadlock is when you've got two or more computer processes that are just stuck. They're in this permanent waiting game because each one is waiting for the other to release a resource. But of course, if no one can move forward, no one can release anything. It's exactly like that traffic jam, just happening right inside your computer.
Yeah, this quote really nails it. The key word here is permanent. This isn't just your computer being a little slow. This is a situation that will literally never resolve on its own. Why? Because each process is holding hostage the exact thing that the other one needs to continue. It's a perfect catch-22.
Okay, I know this can still sound a little technical, so let's tell a story to make it super clear. We're going to talk about a tale of two diners, and honestly, once you hear this, you'll get the whole concept of deadlock instantly.
So picture this. You and a friend are out for dinner. You're hungry. On the table between you, there's just one fork and one knife. You're fast, so you reach out and grab the fork. Okay, cool. You've got the fork.
But at the very same moment, your friend snags the knife. So now you're holding the fork and they're holding the knife. The problem is, you both need a fork and a knife to actually eat anything.
And that's it. You're stuck. You're waiting for the knife your friend has. Your friend is waiting for the fork you have. Nobody can eat. Nobody is willing to let go of what they've got. Boom. That right there is a perfect deadlock.
Okay, so let's map this back to computer speak. It's actually a perfect one-to-one translation. You become process 1. Your friend is process 2. The fork? That's resource 1. And the knife is resource 2. Look at the table. It's the exact same scenario. Process 1 has resource 1 and needs resource 2. Process 2 has resource 2 and needs resource 1. Absolute total gridlock.
So why does this even happen? Well, it turns out deadlocks aren't just random bad luck. They only happen when 4 very specific conditions are met at the exact same time. It's like a recipe, and if you leave out even one ingredient, the whole thing falls apart.
And that magic number is 4. 4 conditions have to be true for a deadlock to happen. So what are they? Let's break them down.
Okay, these are famously known as the Coffman conditions. Let's run through them. First, you need mutual exclusion. That just means a resource can only be used by one process at a time. Simple, right? Only one person can hold the fork. Second is hold and wait. This is where a process is holding on to at least one resource while it waits for another. You're holding the fork while waiting for the knife. Check. Third, no preemption. This means a resource can't be forcibly taken away. I can't just reach over and snatch the knife from your friend. And finally, number 4, circular wait. This is the kicker. You've got a chain of processes all waiting on each other in a circle. You wait for your friend, who waits for you. All 4 of those things happen, and you've got a deadlock.
All right, so we get the problem now. But the big question is, how do you fix it? How do engineers actually break this gridlock? Well, there are a few really smart ways to handle this.
So you've basically got 4 main strategies. First, there's prevention, where you design the system so one of those 4 conditions can never happen. Then there's avoidance, which is a bit fancier. The system looks ahead and makes sure it never enters an unsafe state. Third, you have detection and recovery. This is where you just let the deadlock happen, find it, and then do something to fix it, like rebooting one of the processes. And then there's the 4th option, just ignore the problem.
No, really, I'm not kidding. That last one, just ignoring it, is way more common than you'd think. The thinking goes something like this. A real full-blown deadlock is pretty rare. So, is it worth building all this complex prevention code? Or is it just cheaper and easier to let the user reboot every once in a while? And guess what? This is actually the strategy a lot of systems, like Windows, often use.
Wow, okay, we've covered a lot here, from traffic jams to forks and knives, so let's do a super quick summary just to lock it all in.
So here's the whole thing in a nutshell. What's a deadlock? It's processes stuck waiting for each other's resources. What causes it? The 4 conditions. Mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, and circular wait. All of them have to be there.
How do we fix it? The 4 solutions: prevention, avoidance, detection and recovery, or our favorite, just ignoring it. And the key analogy to remember it all, the 2 diners. Simple as that.
So there you have it. You now know what a deadlock is, why it happens, and the clever and sometimes lazy ways we deal with it. So the next time your machine freezes up, you won't just be frustrated. You'll know what's happening under the hood. You'll see those 2 diners in a digital standoff, and you can ask yourself, what's it going to be? Is the OS going to fix this? Or is it about to ask me to just, reboot the whole restaurant?